Hello and welcome to this section. Super excited to have you on board. Today we're talking about the fundamentals of machine learning. Let's get into it. All right, so we have already discussed this image that artificial intelligence includes machine learning, which includes deep learning, which includes generative AI. Let's talk about this a little bit more. So inside artificial intelligence, but outside of machine learning, we have algorithms that have explicit instructions, like they are intelligent in the sense that they have quite a sophisticated algorithm, but they don't learn on their own. They have been pre-programmed with what's called heuristics in order what to do in certain situations. For one of those examples is Deep Blue, which was a chess program that beat Garry Kasparov. Was the first chess program to beat the world champion, the human world champion in chess. This was, I think, 1998. And that's an example of an AI that is not machine learning. Now, in the realm of machine learning that is not deep learning, we have lots of different models, such as linear regression. They learn from observations, but they don't have a neural network within them. They have a model, an algorithm that's coded on how it should learn, like the steps to learning, and it does need to learn from data. It does learn from data, but there is no neural network. Now, deep learning is when there's a neural network that is actually learning. So it's a more sophisticated way of learning. And here an example is a self-driving car. And then in generative AI, we have an example of ChatGPT, which creates new data. So it uses a neural network, but not just to learn, it learns, but is also able to create new data, which is like human-like data. So that is what machine learning is. Now let's talk about how do machines learn. So we're going to be talking about this circle in today's tutorial, which is the general machine learning, which also includes deep learning and generative AI, but is not limited to deep learning. So let's see, how do machines learn? First, you need to train the model. So you take data with lots and lots of observations, the more, the better usually. And in this case, it might be customers, it might be customers of your store, or might be patients of a clinic. It doesn't have to be human observations. It could be machine maintenance observations, or like a natural phenomena observations, whatever your data input is. And then you feed it to your algorithm. You need to select the algorithm that you will be training. That's the job of the data scientist, to select that algorithm, which model is appropriate for this use case. And then through lots and lots of observations, it will finally be trained. It will have learned the patterns of this input data. And from there, basically, you would evaluate how well it's learned using certain metrics, which we'll talk about separately in the course. For example, accuracy is one of them, where you would see, this model is trained to classify, let's say, whether or not somebody will leave your telecom company in the next 3 months. And you have this, it's trained on that. And then you can also do a test using test data, which we'll talk about as well. You can test how well is it trained, and you would have a benchmark you are aiming for example, 94% accuracy rate. Then once that model is trained, you can use it for inference. So you would deploy that model into production, into real life usage, and then you would get a new observation. So a new customer comes along and you want to predict how likely are they to leave your telecom company in the next 3 months. You would put in their information through the algorithm, and you would get a prediction, they're likely or they're unlikely to leave, or whatever your model is supposed to predict. So that's training and inference. And one other thing you need to know, so you need to know the difference between these two for the exam, what training is and what inference is, and what is involved in each. And also you need to know the three main branches of machine learning. So the first branch that you need to remember is regression. And that is when you have input data and you're predicting a continuous variable, like house prices, for example, or you might be predicting the temperature or something, or like a salary, somebody's salary, or like basically variables that are continuous, that can range from a certain in a certain range, can take values from a certain range. Classification is when you're predicting a categorical variable, like a yes, no, or benign tumor, malignant tumor in medicine. Or it could be 3. For example, you're predicting, is this image an apple, an orange, or a pear? or it could be predicting lots of different like lots of different images, like horses and houses and so on. But that's still all classification, because it's not a range of value. It's not a dollar amount. It's not a weight. It's not a temperature. It's an A, B, C, D, or E kind of situation. That's classification. And then clustering is when you don't really have the answer that you need to predict. You're basically saying, I have this data. Can you find groups or clusters inside this data for me? So you have lots of observations, but no specific value that you want to predict. You just want to see how these observations are grouped together. That's also a very important use case of machine learning in the real world, where you are able, for example, you have lots of customers, but you don't know how to put them into separate groups so that you can send your marketing campaigns to these groups because they have similarities within each group. So that's where clustering would help you out. Here's a quick summary of what we discussed, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time. Until then, enjoy the cloud.